What's up, everyone? It is Zero and Niger here, and there's someone inside your house! Just kidding. Today, we're going to be reviewing There Is Someone Inside Your House from Fantastic Fest 2021. What's going on, everyone? It's Zero and Niger here, and today we will be reviewing There's Someone Inside of Your House. This is that new Netflix joint, and it has been one of our favorites so far at Fantastic Film Fest.
Yeah, when I saw this title, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the only film that has had distribution from Netflix. So high on the radar on that note. And also it drives expectations considering that this is the only film representing Netflix this year. And that's not to say that Netflix is like the martyr of best films, but it is still saying that this is a Netflix film. So what you got for us, So I was excited to check this one out, and I'm not disappointed at all. I think this film had a mark and it landed its target.
Yeah, I agree. And I did a little bit of research on this film before actually screening it. And for any of you who are regulars to the Big Gold Belt channel, you might know that I'm not crazy about slashers. I'm really not. But this film was a hell of a good time. I will say that. It is the most 2021 slasher film I have ever seen in my entire millennial existence. And you will know exactly what I mean after screening this one. It was a great time. It has some really good kills, especially for kind of this overarching teen slasher kind of Scream-esque kind of genre we got going on here, but it did not hold back on any of the kills, which I was very pleased with. And the writing was funny. It has some great humor moments to balance out the ups and the downs of the film. And I have very few complaints. What about you?
So I do agree. And you said a lot of the things I wanted to pick up. I wanted to really pick up on was that one. Yes, if you are fans of a lot of the classic, should we say legendary or iconic films, Scream is definitely something that you're going to relate this film to without a doubt. And then I feel like this film does pay homage to other films as well too. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Our killer here wears the face of his victim before it kills it. And it's like, hey, that's a Leatherface tactic there, And yes, much like Scream, the one thing that this film does that's eerily similar to Scream, and I won't say all slashers do it, but majority of the slashers do it. But I also feel like Scream was one of the first ones I really remember being the one to doing it. And that's the mixed direction of who the killer is, because they always want to send you down that very typical route. Oh, that kid's wearing all black. He's emo. He must be the killer. Oh, why is he so quiet over there by himself? He's not hanging with it must be him, And much like Scream, where you point it in every direction except for the person right in your face. And that's what's really cool about it, is because the story is very easily digestible. It, to me, bridges a very happily medium gap between a teen drama and a very teen slasher horror film. Because as you said about the pacing and the ups and downs, I think they put it together so well that you are very comfortable in watching it, no matter whatever point that you're in this film. Because you expect certain things to happen in the middle, certain things to happen at the towards the end. But I feel like at any given point of this film, it's like really easily digestible. And then something else that you said that was really important too was the gore. The kills were definitely wow. the very last one really caught me off guard. It was really good. And I was kind of like jaw dropped, like, oh, damn.
There we go.
For sure.
Good on the full teeny bopper. I was really getting full teeny bopper until the first kill. It feels really, really safe. Yeah. Until the kills. The kills are like the only thing that separates this one from a teen drama to an actual horror movie.
Yeah.
It's a teen drama until somebody dies.
Yeah.
And then, they're not holding back at all. And creative too. Not just the typical slasher jumps out, Only
Right.
get stabbed in the
Or
chest.
the quick, punch her inside the chest. No, they went. They went definitely a little bit. They got unique in some of their styling.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
appreciate that. Um,
absolutely.
One other thing I want to add too, also because let's talk about our lead here. So you have this character Makani Young, who, in all intents and purposes, when you want to talk about real horror, when you have to move from Hawaii to Nebraska, I don't think it gets any worse than that, folks. Like, but this is her reality. She is a senior in high school. Some things happened at her other school, and she had to relocate. And like anybody that either has been in that or anybody that knows anybody that's been in that, it's never a easy transition. But again, she left a beautiful island of Hawaii to the middle of nowhere, Nebraska, so she could finish up school, because back at her other school, she dealt with a lot. She dealt with a lot of trauma. I don't want to get into too specifics of it, because it does kind of, I feel like it takes a little bit away from it if I kind of let you know exactly what's going into it. But she dealt with some trauma and some issues, and this was obviously the easiest solution for this. So she moves with her grandma there so she could finish up school. And when she goes to the school, there is a killer on the loose who is trying to make everybody pay for their wrongdoings. And then after he kills them, he exposes them and like, bada boom, here's what this person did, and that's that. So again, very simple plot, easily digestible, and it's for the sake of the viewers. Well, what are we watching for? We're watching because we're looking to see who the killer is and how these kids survived their senior year of high school before they have to get into the real horror of adulting in life.
That's right. I do also love just the overarching theme of secrets. That's one of the main themes that we have in this film, is secrets, and that seems to be the killer's motive. So trying to figure out who is vulnerable, who's not vulnerable, is, there's a gray area there, because everyone has secrets. That's what motivates this killer, is letting go of people's secrets. And nowadays, consequence culture is real. And if you put shit out on the internet, excuse my language, it will come back to you, and that doesn't make one person a terrible person, but consequences have to come with their actions. I'm not saying that consequence should 100% of the time evolve into murder, brutal murder at that, but consequences nonetheless. And so I really like how this film gave a little spun on that, a little kind of flipping of the scripts, and it was a fun way to try to navigate this film. And like Nigeria said before, we're watching this film to figure out who the killer is, and with the idea of secrets in your head, it was pretty enjoyable to try to figure out, all right, I can rule this person out, the typical clue, who's who, who's good, who's bad, good cop, bad cop, that whole scenario. And one thing I will say, I have a little bit of a gripe with the third act. I thought the whole movie was written great. It had humor where it was supposed to be. It was dramatic where it was supposed to be. The kills were brutal like they ought to be. But the third act just felt a little lacking for me. But then again, it's fine by me. This film definitely doesn't reinvent the wheel at all. It's just a very 2021 version of the classic 90s slashers that we love so much. So it's recognizable, and like Nigeria said, it's easy to digest in that way. I would have liked maybe a more shocking ending, maybe something with a little less cheese, something. I don't know what it is about it, but something kind of fell off at the end. But I ain't mad at it. I've seen most of these 90s slashers, so I ain't mad at it.
You're not wrong. Let me just add a little bit of credit to some of the folks involved with this film. So you have Henry Gayden, who read and did the screenplay for this, who done Shazam. So when you're talking about the toning here, very much like I can see that. Directed by Patrick Brice from Creep, and then produced by James Wan's Atomic Monster, obviously from the Conjuring and Stranger Things. Oh, Shawn Levy's 21 Laps, Stranger Things. So like, this film definitely has representation from all of those folks from other projects, but you can also tell by their appreciation to the genre that they also pull inspiration from the classics. So that this film is a perfect mix of all of that, by all means. And Zero, yes indeed, for my final comment on this review, I have never, ever, ever, ever said, in a way of not just fandom, but as a complete must, that this film needs a stinger. The ending was so meh, I couldn't believe that was it. And like, the important thing about this is that when you talk about Scream, we obviously got the whole who did it. And before stingers became a big thing, that's essentially what that was, because we needed to have that moment of knowing who was behind the mask, you know? And that was very vital for that franchise going forward. I don't have a sense that this film wanted to be a one and done, but I also didn't feel like this film should have just ended as if like it was going to just come back next year and we're just going to pick up where it left off at. Because this film like literally dropped us off at a corner and was just like, good luck getting home. Like, where am I? How do I get there? Type of thing. It wasn't a sense of not knowing who the killer was, because that's explained, and it wasn't a sense of like what's going on. It was more of a sense of like, there's no way you just end it right there. We need just a little bit more about our survivors. The state of the town. The town went on lockdown because of this. Not pandemic lockdown, but like really safety protocol lockdown.
Mass murderer lockdown.
Yeah, mass murderer lockdown. Right. And then you senior year. So like, what's beyond it for these characters? So the survivors, the school, the town, we don't have answers about the state of civilization after this. And I think we are due that. Because if we wasn't due that, then why introduce in the beginning the state of these things for us to be concerned for? Why do we need to know that the town went on lockdown if you're not going to address the resolution, the resolve, the aftermath of some sort? This was a quick 2-minute shot that could have been done. I don't even care how cliche it could have been. But I'm trying to tell you, this film ends in a way that I could not believe that it was just like, all right, cool, we're done. All right, we're out, y'all. Imagine we just ended this review like that. All right, y'all, peace. Like, wait, what? But seriously, that's my piece on that. So,
and the only other thing I have to say is the title. I think this could have been titled something else. I mean, it's intriguing, there's someone inside your house. But when I read that title, I think single location banger. This is going to take place in a house, like a home invasion kind of thing.
Yeah,
I was not getting this vibe at all from the title, but least of my problems. Yeah.
I can't think of what film you're talking about, but what was that film where it was like that and a dude ordered pizza? It was like him and like the neighbors and somebody. I can't think what it was, but yeah.
There's so many of them. But those are bangers in itself. But maybe something else. Maybe something a little more high school oriented, something a little more in the direction of secrets. But, most of this movie doesn't take place inside of a house. So there's that. But I'm just a critic. You have anything else to add, Najir?
No, that's it. So, folks, again, this film made its world premiere this year at Fantastic Fest 2021. But to your pleasure, you can check it out on Netflix. I do not know exactly the date for it on Netflix, but it should be coming very soon. So you can keep an eye out for it there. That way you can get your chance to check this film out. And then when you do, drop in the comments, let us know your thoughts about it. Please let me know about your thoughts about the conclusion.
That third act, let us know.
Please. Yeah, and what else would you have named this film if you had a chance? I'm just curious, because I do agree. Definitely probably could have went with another name. But nonetheless, without all that, fun film. You should enjoy it. And I think you won't have a problem agreeing with us there. So, but yes, folks, thank you so much for tuning into this review. And we'll see you around for more reviews very soon.